But I never forget what we are beneath.
Alien spacecraft lands on Earth. They appear no different from humans. They are a peaceful race, but in reality, they are an alien insectoid race. They plot to enslave humanity. Soon after, the alien insectoid spacecraft will emit light. Humans on Earth will be immobilized. Have humans really fallen? Not long ago, alien spacecraft invaded Earth. The sky was obscured by red clouds. This was the wrath of the insectoid Queen Anna. The guard warriors were destroyed by Susan. However, people worldwide were unaware of the origin of the red clouds. They thought it was a spectacle. People stopped to watch, but the next moment, raindrops fell from the sky. Unlike before, the rain was blood red. People witnessed a bizarre scene. They became panicked. People started to hide everywhere. What was the purpose of this blood rain? On the spaceship, Anna gathered the ship captain. They discussed the invasion plan. Failure diminished Anna's prestige. Two people wanted to refute her plan. Anna wanted to make them understand that she was the queen of the insectoid race. Anna peeled off their human skins. She executed them with her tail. In an instant, she made everyone remember the intimidation. In their bloodline, the authority of the insectoid queen is unquestionable. Blood rain appeared on Earth. People realized that aliens had stopped supplying blue energy. Advanced technology was also withdrawn. People believed this was a sign of destruction. Social order collapses. People fight and steal on the streets. They pursue the final madness before doomsday. The public hides in churches. They seek God's protection. In this chaos, Susan's son Pete gets injured. To treat her son's injury, Susan takes her son to seek help from the aliens. At this moment, the aliens are not in contact with Earth. However, Susan has been received by Anna. Therefore, she boards the spaceship with Pete. Here, Susan meets Queen Anna. Anna is unaware that Susan blew up the breeding chamber. She asks Anna about the origin of the blood rain. Anna tells her she will find out. Shortly after, the spaceship emits a dazzling light. Anna's face appears on the screen. She tells the people on Earth, the red rain is a gift to Earth. Before long, Earth will recover. Damage will be repaired. The land will become fertile. The oceans will turn deep blue. Everything will return to its original state. Earth will welcome a new beginning. This declaration is taken seriously by the people. Those who were panicking a second ago, the next moment is leading the cheer. But are the aliens really this benevolent? Susan's resistance army does not believe it. There is a conspiracy behind it. Susan is aware of Anna's intentions. Similar lies have been told by her before. Therefore, she asks Lisa about the origin of the red rain. Unexpectedly, Lisa also doesn't know. However, she tells Susan that she will investigate. Afterwards, Lisa infiltrated the archive center. She found some traces. The matter was related to a university professor. So, before Susan left, Lisa informed her she could go to Houston University to find Vakken. And so, Susan returned to Earth. They set off for Houston. Unbeknownst to them, their teammate Dino encountered trouble. Recently, Dino was captured by Anna's people. Anna brainwashed him. His daughter awakened his memories. He remembered his wife and daughter. Consequently, Dino sneaked into the nursery. He saw his daughter, this hybrid of human and Zerg. At this moment, Anna and her people arrived. She saw Dino, and Anna drove him away. She threatened him with the life of Dino's daughter, making him a spy for the queen. In this way, Dino returned to the resistance. He applied to join the investigation team. Dino followed them to Houston. When they arrived at the university, they discovered that it was under surveillance. To avoid exposure, Dino pursued the tracker. The tracker fled upon being exposed. Dino used his body to shield his companions. As the tracker was about to escape, a companion intercepted him. Dino fed him a destruction pill. He destroyed the tracker. Doubt crept into their hearts. At this moment, a man approached. Through their conversation, they discovered the man was Vakken. The tracker was monitoring him. Coincidentally, discovered by Susan. The reason he attracted attention, because a few years ago, he discovered a mass grave. Within it, there was a unique skeleton. Externally, it did not appear human. However, based on elemental analysis, the skeleton was composed of trace elements. It was different from humans. The red rain also contained trace elements. There was a connection between the two. At this moment, Dino revealed the truth. These trace elements are part of the composition of the V-Star people's bodies. They require trace elements for reproduction. Susan finally understood that Anna was trying to fill Earth with trace elements. She intended to transform Earth. Soon after, Anna was going to invade Earth. They were very worried after learning the truth. At this point, Susan remembered. The concentration of trace elements in her body was very high. Susan suspected that she had been experimented on during her pregnancy. Therefore, Susan asked Bakken to test. She found a sample from Peter. Susan hoped that everything would go smoothly. Shortly after, outside the V-Star embassy on Earth, someone strapped with explosives attacked. They caused deaths among the aliens and injuries to humans. As a federal investigator, Susan initiated an investigation. Unbeknownst to her, her assistant Xiao He was an alien. Xiao He took away the physical evidence, with the attacker's fingerprints on it. He handed the evidence to Anna's assistant. He hoped the Queen would capture the mastermind behind the scenes. Meanwhile, through the investigation, it was discovered that the terrorists were from the 5th Brigade. They believed that Earth was already at war with V-Star, which was why they carried out the attack. According to speculation, their next target was Mike. Consequently, Susan lurked around Mike. She noticed a woman approaching Mike. Just as she pulled out a detonator, the woman was subdued. At that moment, Mike realized he was close to death. Subsequently, the woman was taken back to the investigation bureau. Susan interrogated her. She took advantage of her superior's inattention. Susan showed her a symbol. She gained the woman's trust. Susan learned from the woman. They were the 5th Brigade in the Boston area. Their base was in a factory. Susan received the information. She informed Father Jack to go to Boston. They needed to prevent the attack. Otherwise, civilians would be harmed. The 5th Brigade would turn into terrorists. What she didn't know was that her Xiao He had arrived early at the factory. However, there was no one there. He encountered Father Jack. They engaged in a fight. Jack managed to fend him off. He even knocked out one of his teeth. Jack then escaped. He met Susan. He then told Susan that Xiao He was an imposter. On their way back, Xiao He noticed Susan's unusual behavior. Considering the previous events, he suspected that he had been exposed. Xiao He decided to take action. They fought inside the car. The car flipped over. Susan lost consciousness. When she regained consciousness, Xiao He was nowhere to be found. Susan crawled out of the car. She was ambushed by Xiao He. They fought once again. However, the physical abilities of the V-Star people were superior to humans. Xiao He didn't look like someone who had just been in a car accident. He subdued Susan and prepared to devour her. At this moment, Susan struggled, grabbed Xiao He, and pushed him back. Eventually, she knocked him out. At that moment, Jack arrived. They saw Xiao He trying to kill him. Susan stopped them. She wanted to extract information from Xiao He. Therefore, they took Xiao He to the basement. They interrogated him. At this time, Dino appeared. Not long ago, Anna had a video call with him. She was crying while holding her daughter Melissa. Seeing this scene, Dino felt pity. He complied with the arrangement to deal with Xiao He. Meanwhile, on the mothership, Anna swallowed a mouse. Then she fed it to a human baby. This child was Dino's daughter, Melissa. Not long ago, Anna covered her with a layer of artificial skin using technology. She now had a human appearance. Due to her mixed heritage, Anna used Melissa as leverage to threaten Dino. The effect was significant. Anna infected Melissa with a disease to make her suffer. Later, Anna went to a secret chamber. She used a teleportation device to reach a prison cell. There was a woman in red robes here. From their conversation, it was revealed that this woman in red robes was Anna's mother, Diana. She was the former queen of the insectoid race. She and Dino were part of the same group. They were members of the Vanguard who came to Earth. The detonation of Earth's nuclear bombs caught their attention. However, during their exploration of Earth, Diana was influenced by human emotions. She was replaced by the new queen, Anna. For the following 15 years, she was imprisoned in this cell. However, this time Anna did not dwell on the past. She wanted to know how to eradicate human emotions. Currently, the V-Star people were trapped in emotions. However, Diana did not answer. She told Anna that emotions were not a flaw. Emotions are at the core of the human race, possessing immense power. Emotions can not only feel sadness, but also share joy. Emotions are the soul. Anna remembered Dino, and she thought it made sense. So, after leaving the cell, Anna devised an experimental plan. She named it soul stripping, with the aim of studying how to extract souls. The project's leader was Joshua. Perhaps to taunt him, he joined the 5th Brigade, yet he had to harm the people he was supposed to protect. However, before that, she needed to seal his memories. On the other side, Lisa woke up to find her arm had turned green. Scales covered her arm. This strange transformation left her stunned. At this moment, Anna walked in. She reassured Lisa not to be nervous. This was a physiological change as she transformed into a queen. The green area would continue to grow. Eventually, her whole body would turn green. At that point, it would signify her transformation into a queen form. She would possess the ability to reproduce. However, upon learning this news, Lisa was not happy. Meanwhile, in the base, Susan received a report from Bakken. She discovered gaps in Pete's genome. His survival was a miracle. Upon hearing the news, Susan wanted to understand the V-Star invasion plan. However, no matter how she interrogated him, he didn't reveal any information. Dino told them that human skin acted as a protective barrier for the V-Stars. To harm the V-Stars, one must skin them. Due to Earth's environment, they would die within 30 minutes of being skinned. Additionally, V-Stars had tails. Dino put a belt on Xiaohei to prevent her from using her tail to attack. Dino wanted to save his daughter. He cut off his finger. He told Susan that each V-Star sleeper agent had a safety deposit box. Inside the safety deposit box was a secret that only this finger could unlock. When they arrived at the residence and found the safety deposit box, they found human data. Susan discovered that the data was all related to missing persons. At this moment, a group of infiltrators arrived at Xiaohei's residence. They were tasked with destroying the safety deposit box. However, Anna did not expect Dino to betray them. With the data compromised, Susan eliminated the infiltrators. Although they didn't find the invasion plan, they uncovered cases of human disappearances. Susan felt there was a connection in between. Therefore, she went to the girl's home. Anna questioned the girl's mother and learned that the girl had run away from home half a month ago. After they reported it, no one took action. The mother showed Susan a photo of her daughter, hoping she could find the girl, perhaps because he also had a daughter. Dino was touched and agreed. They returned to the basement. Susan interrogated Xiaohei again about the missing persons case, but Xiaohei remained silent. Unable to bear it, Dino skinned and cut off his tail. Feeling pain for the first time, Xiaohei relented. They injected adrenaline to keep her alive. From Xiaohei, they learned that humans were taken to the mothership for soul extraction. However, she was unclear about the specifics. Susan set up an ambush around the location Xiaohei disclosed. They spotted a vehicle and aliens chasing the girl. After confirming it was indeed the missing girl, therefore, the ones behind were imposters. Susan took them down. They went to rescue the hostages. Susan noticed the spaceship taking off. They could only watch as humans were taken to the mothership. They only managed to save the girl. Anna arrived at the Vatican. She wanted to control the believers of the divine, but the Pope rejected the idea that V-Stars were divine beings. Anna refused to give up. She took out 2 blue energy balls, causing tears to flow from the Virgin Mary statue. This was a miracle recorded in the Church's history. In this way, the Pope was unable to refute and admitted that the V-Stars were divine beings. Although the followers worshipped the divine beings, their image had transformed into that of the V-Stars. The plan was successfully executed. However, Anna discovered a V-Star among the Vatican members, who was not in the records. He was a member of the Vanguard team from 20 years ago, and had not been in contact with the mothership. There was a high probability that he had defected to join the Fifth Fleet. Therefore, Anna had him captured. Through interrogation, it was revealed that he was following orders from the former queen to study human emotions. This piqued Anna's interest. However, he claimed that his queen was Diana. So, Anna took him to the dungeon and reported in front of Diana. What happened next surprised Anna. The V-Star told Diana that human emotions and souls were not flawed, but a form of power. If the V-Stars embraced this power, they would become strong. Anna saw this report as nothing but lies. She wanted to execute him, but he did not obey her orders, and he reiterated that Diana was his queen. Therefore, Anna forced Diana to kill him. Unfortunately, contrary to Anna's plan, she intended to torture him to death. At this point on Earth, attacks outside the embassy continued, as the V-Stars had already evacuated. Consequently, the targets of the attacks shifted from the V-Stars to traitors. The ambassador was killed and hung in the streets as a demonstration. Unfortunately, Pete was also a former ambassador. Susan was unsure if they would kill her son, hence, she had to locate them. At this moment, Father Jack proposed a method. He had given speeches on resisting aliens before. This could attract them to come and abduct him. They were lacking companions, and their methods were brutal. Jack was abducted. Susan and Dino followed behind. Upon reaching the hideout, the two broke in. they encountered Cohen, and only then did they realize the reason behind Cohen becoming a rebel. It was only because 18 years ago, his child was killed by the V-Stars, and his wife died shortly after, that he harbored hatred towards the V-Stars, and despised collaborators. Therefore, he hated the V-Stars and abhorred collaborators. At this moment, Susan told him that 20 years ago she was experimented on by the V-Stars, and her child was also altered. Learning about Susan's ordeal, Cohen decided to join forces with her. He sent his subordinate to take the blame, while Dino held Xiaohei's head. He went to report to Anna, finally able to embrace her daughter. However, due to the illness left by Anna, Melissa continued to cry. Meanwhile, Anna's invasion plan was initiated. They constructed communication centers on Earth, to be replaced by the V-Stars. Many countries agreed to this plan. Tonight was their celebration, with the FBI in charge of security. At this moment, Susan's ex-husband came to the bureau to see her. He hoped his son could stay with him for a while. Susan took the opportunity to tell him it was the V-Stars' plan from the beginning. She did not betray him. Now the V-Stars are targeting Pete, hoping her husband will assist. He doesn't want his son to be in danger, so he decides to protect Pete alongside Susan. In this way, the resistance will have the opportunity to assassinate Anna. That evening, Anna arrived dressed in formal attire, completely unaware. In a concealed corner, a sniper rifle was ready. The moment she stepped onto the stage, to speak would be her last. However, just as Anna was about to take the stage, her assistant rushed over. Anna's expression changed upon hearing this, and her assistant took her place on stage. It turned out that just a moment ago, Dino had betrayed Anna. The last time he saw his daughter, he was torn inside. Only the queen could heal his daughter, and Dino knew this. Anna might meet her end tonight. Faced with loved ones and humanity, he chose his daughter. Killing Anna's assistant was also a victory for the resistance. At that moment, they invited Pete onto the stage, announcing that he would become the captain of humanity. When Susan saw her son appear, she couldn't stay seated. Susan went on stage and pushed him aside. The next moment, gunshots rang out. The assistant's blood splattered onto Susan's face. Representatives from various countries were thrown into chaos. Anna took the opportunity to leave the scene. In the crowd, Anna spotted Susan. She thought of something. Susan's presence seemed to be intertwined with many events. During the attack at the ceremony, she mocked the incompetence of the FBI. Consequently, orders came from above to investigate thoroughly. At this moment, an investigator discovered that Susan and Jack had secret dealings. Evidently, Susan was connected to the assassination. Meanwhile, Cohen discovered Dino's act of betrayal. After all, he was the only one with the opportunity to betray. They took control of Dino. Susan did not believe this conclusion. She was unaware of the impending danger. Dino had already defected. He carried a tracking device. This time, Anna did not send out her guards. She informed the human government of their location, ordering them to eliminate the terrorists. Anna relished in this pleasure. Humans could not refuse. To prevent the plan from going awry, Anna provided humans with a map. Special forces surrounded the resistance. Their firepower was insufficient, so now they could only conserve their strength. Therefore, Susan suggested that Cohen use them as hostages. Hostages had a high probability of survival. Cohen could also take the opportunity to escape. However, Anna had already devised a response to this tactic. After all, she was an alien and did not care about human life. To maximize her interests, she used a decoy. She made Pete's father aware of the situation, and he came to rescue Susan. Then they handed him a map of the building. He was encouraged to go save the people, but the building was surrounded. He couldn't get inside. Subsequently, Anna had someone escort him inside. Susan saw her ex-husband incensed that things were not going well. If both of them perished, Pete would join the V-aliens. Thinking about this, Susan felt fear. However, she realized it too late. The special forces were preparing to forcefully enter, when suddenly screams erupted from the crowd. Cohen's men came to rescue them. Everyone was strapped with explosives. The special forces dared not act. Cohen threatened them to release himself. The police had no choice but to comply. After all, if these bombs exploded, they could potentially kill the special forces as well. Inside the building, Susan took Dino with her. She wanted to trust him one more time. Cohen chose to believe her. However, when Susan left the building, the bomb detonated. Cohen was killed in the explosion, and the special forces took the opportunity to assault the building. The scene was extremely chaotic. During this time, Anna's henchmen attacked Susan and her ex-husband, but they only managed to kill the husband. Although they failed to sever the family bond with Pete, they achieved their goal. After the attack, Susan felt panic. She wanted to escape Anna's control with Pete. Pete felt that his mother was mentally unstable, and decided to let her calm down for a while. Pete went to live with Lisa on the mothership. At this point, the human resistance was weak. Anna could now proceed with her experiments confidently. She relayed this information to the former queen. However, she failed to realize that she had been consumed by emotions. Furthermore, when she left the secret room, she was inadvertently observed by Lisa. Lisa also discovered the teleportation gate. Therefore, Lisa met her grandmother, and they shared the same goal of overthrowing Anna's rule. Susan, having lost Pete, felt no attachments. She thought about herself, and her son being altered, and considering the long duration, perhaps this was the purpose of the aliens visiting Earth. Therefore, Susan initiated an investigation. Through online statistics, she discovered a genetic gap among humans. Furthermore, these people were all connected to Dr. Nige, in whose care infant mortality rates were high. He was currently residing in Hong Kong, China. Therefore, Susan rushed to Hong Kong. By questioning local residents, they pinpointed the target location. However, upon their arrival, surveillance and guards were everywhere. They couldn't force their way in, so they knocked out a security guard, and had a hacker infiltrate the surveillance system. They managed to gain 15 minutes. Susan broke into the target house. She used a knife to cut open Nige's skin, confirming his identity as a alien imposter. She then threatened him to open the safe, but the target didn't cooperate, refusing even when threatened with a gun to his head. Seizing the opportunity, he jumped from the building. Susan could only watch as he escaped. He swallowed a self-destruct pill on the way, disappearing before hitting the ground. Even though the target died, the safe wasn't opened. Susan had to blow it open with a bomb. They took the video footage and fled the building. Susan returned to the base and reviewed the documents. The documents detailed the doctor's experiments, with a total of 29 survivors, coincidentally matching the 29 cities where the ships landed. Pete was one of them. The experiment utilized prenatal vitamins, which were actually nanobots. At this point, they finally understood that the aliens didn't exterminate humans. Their goal was to steal human genes and modify themselves. Pete was the improved carrier. Although he was unaware of it, Pete was fantasizing about a wonderful life with Lisa. After testing, it was determined that the blood rain couldn't increase trace element concentrations. He didn't meet the conditions to reproduce with Lisa. Since Pete had no value, Anna abandoned him. She reassigned Lisa a new subject for the experiment. This new subject was superior to Pete, meeting all the reproduction criteria. However, Lisa had developed feelings she resisted in her heart. This raised suspicions with Anna. She had Joshua pretend to regain his memory, to test if Lisa was a member of the 5th Brigade. However, Lisa had been warned by her grandmother, so she deceived the test. Anna then arranged for her to reproduce again, but Lisa once more showed resistance. Lisa was gradually losing control. Anna, as the queen of the insectoid race, was also prepared. She had a queen egg that could replace Lisa. The task of hatching was entrusted to Joshua. However, the only suitable host left was Melissa, but this required accelerating the process, leading to her death. Anna was indifferent to this. She even called it a glorious sacrifice. Therefore, when Dino saw his daughter again, he noticed she had transformed from a baby into a 6 or 7-year-old child. This was the power of accelerated catalysis. During this time, Dino was in a state of absence. Melissa didn't recognize him. She ran into Anna's embrace. This made Dino's feelings complicated. However, he didn't know that Anna knew his identity. Therefore, she decided to have Joshua deal with him. He underestimated Dino's strength. The personnel she sent failed to deal with Dino, and were actually killed by him. Dino threatened Joshua. He now knew Lisa's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Anna forcefully ordered Lisa to mate with the target. However, this time, the target collapsed and died from vomiting blood right in front of Lisa. The reason was just now. Anna persuaded the girl to stay here. This child had a powerful immune system. Anna intended to plunder her, so she deceived her onto the mothership. At this point, it was discovered that the 29 experimental subjects on Earth had issues. They were all vomiting blood and dying. This made Anna feel a sense of urgency. Among the remaining experimental subjects, only Pete was left, despite being unwilling to admit it. However, he was indeed a key protected target. Lisa encountered Dino, who asked her to cure his daughter's illness. However, Dino was unaware that the disease automatically disappeared. After Melissa merged with the queen egg, Lisa said she couldn't help, but she took her to the prison. This allowed Dino to see the former queen, who might have a solution. Diana told Dino that she could cure the illness on Melissa. She could even send her away, but she required Dino's daughter to remain here. Diana hoped he would become an ally, but also needed assurances. In the end, Dino chose to leave. During the last operation against Cohen, Anna was very satisfied with the attitude of the human government. Therefore, she informed all countries that V-Star would build an energy station on Earth. It contains blue energy, truly pure and pollution-free. All countries understood that aliens would not keep their promises. They would leave as soon as they replenished their supplies. However, having experienced technology, the higher-ups had already been corrupted. Therefore, the leaders of all countries agreed to V-Star's plan to build an energy station on Earth. However, Susan was unaware of the intentions of the higher-ups. She only thought that they had not yet discovered the purpose of the V-Star people. She decided to destroy the energy station, to instill fear in humans, to disrupt the V-Star's invasion plan, and destroy the energy station. Susan thought of blowing it up, so she entrusted Lisa to steal the energy sphere. However, the plan was discovered by Diana, who strongly opposed it. The power of the blue energy is strong, not as simple as humans imagine. The energy sphere that Lisa took, once it explodes, it would be enough to destroy the entire North American continent. At this moment, Susan entered the control center, about to detonate the reactor. In this critical moment, Dino appeared. He had been commissioned by Lisa to intervene. However, most people did not believe him, except for Susan, as she felt the fluctuations of the energy sphere, which were growing stronger. Susan decided to trust Dino, and halted the detonation plan. However, the energy fluctuations caused a power grid failure. Attracting Anna's attention, she instructed her subordinates to count the number of energy spheres. Meanwhile, Lisa returned the energy sphere to its original position. This scene stimulated Joshua, who was watching secretly. It triggered memories from his past. Therefore, Joshua helped Lisa leave the storage room. Meanwhile, after studying human brainwaves, the Queen of Anna achieved the first brainwashing of humans. However, she was not proficient yet, and it nearly cost her half her life with just one person. Nonetheless, this was a significant breakthrough. At this time, Pete requested a vacation, and Anna used brainwashing on him. The second time she used it, she was more skilled, although it came with a cost. It was less than before. Perhaps, in the near future, Anna could effortlessly accomplish such tasks, similar to she brainwashes the insectoid race. However, all of this was witnessed by Lisa nearby. She informed Diana about the situation. Diana was also shocked. Perhaps Anna could really dominate humans. Therefore, she had to unite with the Fifth Fleet. Lisa knocked on Susan's door, and told her everything. She also used Diana's holographic image to explain the battle plan to Susan and the others. Meanwhile, Father Jack also discovered the dark night sky. With the help of a telescope, he could surprisingly see the blue energy of the mothership. But the next moment, they were shocked to find the entire night sky filled with blue energy dots. The fleet of V-Star people had arrived. It was only then that they realized why Anna wanted to establish 538 communication centers worldwide. Those were precisely the landing pads for these spacecraft. The plan to eliminate Anna commenced. Susan and the others pretended to kidnap Lisa. They used the news to blackmail Anna. This was obviously not feasible. Susan created a deception. As a federal investigator, Susan persuaded Anna, advising her not to go and to lower her guard. When she learned Lisa's exact location, and that she was alone, the contrast made Anna lower her guard. Without even bringing guards, she entered the house. At that moment, Lisa was behind her. She raised an energy gun, but this action was seen by Anna in the mirror's reflection. She knew she had to do something, or she would die here. So, Anna spoke up. After interacting with humans, she acknowledged emotions. Hence, she was prepared to be friendly with them. Naturally, this was a lie, but Lisa believed it. She didn't kill her. On the other side, Dino was unaware. He infiltrated the mothership as planned. Dino released Diana. Then she summoned the V-Star people on the mothership, and declared Diana's return to the throne. However, at that moment, Anna returned and impaled Diana's body with her tail. She lifted Diana's body into the air, declaring her authority not to be challenged. In the next moment, she ordered Lisa to be arrested. Anna did not tolerate traitors. Seeing the situation reversed, Dino fled the scene. He wanted to take his daughter with him, but at this moment, Melissa had already grown into a 12 or 13-year-old girl. Under Anna's influence, she believed Dino had abandoned her. He was planning to betray their race. Thus, she directly used her tail to strangle her father Dino. Everything he did was for his daughter. He even betrayed his conscience and comrades, only to meet such a fate now. However, there was no time to mourn for Dino. The queen's egg had already hatched. Anna covered her with a layer of human skin, making her look exactly like Lisa. Afterwards, she immediately had her mate with Pete. The real Lisa could only watch from behind a screen. Finally, she watched with her own eyes as her lover turned into the supplement after mating with the new Lisa. Meanwhile, Susan was unaware that her son had been eaten. She was also kidnapped by a mysterious person. When she woke up, she was in an underground base. This was the Resistance Army. They suspected that the V-Star people had no good intentions. Therefore, they built an underground base to resist surveillance. However, at this moment, Susan and the others discovered the alien mothership erupted in a dazzling light. Everyone was left in a state of stupefaction and stillness. All of this was because on the mothership, Anna, with the amplification device, she initiated a brainwashing attack on the global population. However, as a member of the insect race, even at the cost of her life, could not complete it. At this moment, luckily, Melissa appeared, leveraging her identity as half human and half insect. She controlled all humans. Now, only the Resistance Army in the underground base survives. Could it be that Earth has truly fallen at this point? The film ends here. The second season of V Invasion aired in 2011. Compared to its predecessor, this season's plot was not as impressive. In fact, the heavy inclusion of family ethical storylines even made it somewhat tedious. Perhaps due to this reason, the show did not get a third season. Overall, the narrative tension and character development were not on par with the first season. Therefore, unless you are a diehard fan, it's not recommended to watch it specifically. If you enjoy my channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.